Good evening, everyone. Welcome everyone to tonight's Periscope. I am so happy to have you all here with me. Thank you for my live viewers, for my replay viewers, and a special heart goes out to all of my lifers. Thank you. Imitate the Eye. Interesting name. So if you're new, I always like to give you a special welcome. Do feel free to share this, y'all, with your followers on Twitter, on Facebook, and people here on Periscope. Tonight's topic, I'm really excited. Hi, Hallie. Thank you, Hallie, for your message. Thank you. I wanted to give you a special shout out for that message because it really made my day today. So I always welcome people to personally message me either through my website or on Twitter. And Hallie sent me a little message on Twitter giving me some love, and I really do appreciate that. So thank you, Hallie. So tonight's topic, I really just kind of stumbled on, and I was talking about socialization. And, you know, one of the first ways that we get socialized is through gender, right? You know, the minute someone is pregnant, there's an automatic, you know, is the baby a boy or a girl? And not really realizing that gender actually doesn't form until much later, you know, like once they're 2 or 3 years old. My audio has stopped. Oh no. Can other people hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay, it's back. Okay, great. Awesome. Yay. It's back. So, you know, socialization is such a big part of our culture, is such a big part of how people define themselves. And tonight I actually want to talk about private parts, right? The mere fact that we call them private parts, that has a lot to say, right? Unpacking that, let's unpack that a little bit. The fact that they are not public, that they are not part of our social life, right? There's kind of these two spheres that people look at the world through, is like the public sphere and the private sphere. And the private parts are part of the private sphere, right? Inside the home. And the public sphere is meant to stay outside of the sex life and the home. But actually nowadays it all like just melts, right? There's parties people have at their homes, play parties, all types of public ways to show your body, right? You can now be topless in some cities, and people do it as a statement, right? And a way of their own empowerment. So much has changed from when we originally, you know, coined our genitals private parts. So on that same thread, I'm so excited. I can't even hold it in, guys and girls. You know, even that, like guys and girls, like why are guys and girls and women are girls? Like that's part of our socializing. And that's what I want to get down to. I want to get down to the nitty gritty words. And I want to actually, I need all of you to support in this, because it is really about you collaborating with me on this scope. So I want to actually invite everyone to share on here, and we're gonna do let's do male genital parts first, but I want you all to share as many names that you can think of for male parts, for male genitalia, and just throw them up on the board. So I will throw on, you know, the more general ones. So like dick and penis is the official word. Not many people use penis. Burrito, cock, right? Those are some of the ones that I've picked up on. And I want you all to share any that you have picked up on, or any that were used in your family, right? Because that is something that we learn from our parents. So I'm gonna kind of wait a few seconds because I know it takes a little bit of time to type away. But do share any that comes to your mind. And I don't want to share any more before I see one or two come up, because I do not want to take yours and shout it out. So one that I don't think you will all come up with is deep V diver. That one's interesting. Dragon, drumstick, easy rider, flesh tower. That one's unique. Fun stick. Ew. Okay, Hallie, do you have any that you have heard? Because I do want this to be interactive. Ha ha ha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, some of these are really, really interesting. Baloney pony. Interesting one. That one, I like that one. That one, I don't know, like, who comes up with these? Kickstand, joystick, Johnson. Let's get real into this. Baby arm is one of them. Actually, baloney pony is on this list that I have here. Adolf, some people have called their genitalia Adolf. Baby maker, beaver basher, beef whistle, bell on a pole, bishop, one-eyed monster. I like that. Yes, yes. Cranny axe, cum gun, custard launcher, dagger, dicky, ding dong, McDork, egg roll. So some of these have to do with food, not too many of them. And I want to come back to that. Jimmy, I mean, that one's pretty. Little Elvis, Little Bob, Love Muscle. I like that one, Love Muscle. Love stick, meat injection, meat constrictor. Okay, so you get the point. There are a lot. I mean, this list that I have here goes on and on. It's like 3 pages long. Now, I want everyone to think of some of the names for female genitalia. And I will pause to hear what y'all come up with first. Taco. Yep. Definitely taco. Coochie. Have you heard coochie? Coolie cookie jar. I've heard birdie. Papaya. For breast, I've heard cupcakes. I kind of like that one. Putter pat. Tulip. Tutu. Wee wee. The area, between the legs, pat a cake, pizza, so taco and pizza, interesting, crotch, down there, flower, fluffy, girl parts, hoo-hoo, hussy, muffin, vajayjay, thank you, Hallie, vajayjay. Let's see what else we have on here. Pom-pom. Some people have even referred to vagina as potty. Special area. Tinkler, tinky, tinkle, tutu, tweeter, twiddle. The tweeter, I think that was before Twitter came out. I don't think Twitter would be too happy that, you know, That was once upon a name for the vagina. So this is, if you look at the male names and you look at the female anatomy names, there is a really stark distinction, right? A lot of the male names are like these like powerful names, like very like forceful in some ways, talking about the strength of it, right? Really like meat stick, like powerful, or injector. Masculine like muscle. Yep. So there's really an emphasis on, its strength, and that's generally how the male body is viewed, right? The male body is viewed as like, what is it capable of doing, and where does its strength lie? The female body, on the other hand, if you think of like cookie jar and papaya and, all of these other names, cupcakes for your breast, it's so much of it revolves around consumption. Flower, I like that one. I like flower. Right, but flowers are pretty, right? That's why you want to call a vagina a flower, because it connotates beauty. And that's really how the woman's body is consumed, is through consumption, through like just as if it were food. And it's definitely viewed for its beauty, right? So if you look at male sexuality, right, throughout age, men get sexier, right? So George Clooney is now sexier than he ever was. And if you look at female sexuality, like now the trends are kind of shifting, where older women are actually standing more in their sexual power and like owning it, and owning their body and their wrinkles and their freckles and like whatever comes with getting older. But traditionally, once a woman got to menopause, she was undesirable, right? And even when we look at how our society names people, right? You are Mr. And no matter your age, you stay Mr. With women, there's Miss, MS, right? Then there's Mrs., and then there's ma'am, right? And like so many people do not want to be called ma'am because it is a sign of age, right? And once you get to calling someone Mrs. and ma'am, they kind of, in some way to our society, have lost their sexuality. So I really want us to like look at this, because one of the things we do is we unconsciously, consciously sometimes just play into these gender roles and these gender binaries where things are really like black and white and there is no in between, when in reality there is a lot in between. A lot in between, right? Gender is not just male, female. We know that. We've talked about that a little bit, and we'll continue to talk about this. But transgender people are present in our world, have always been present. They're now really being seen by society, and that's, in my opinion, something that's amazing. And I support my trans sisters and my trans brothers, and but it still causes a lot of unrest in our society. And this socializing that happens around our genitalia is part of it. That's in one way where some of it begins, right? Because you have to fit into one of these two boxes. And once you fit into one of these two boxes, you're really just meant to follow the norm, right? Boys wear blue and girls wear pink, and girls like dolls and boys like cars, and these very like stringent binaries. And they're no longer serving us. Little girls can like trucks, Tonka trucks, and little boys can like dolls, and we're pink. And, you know, now we're seeing how fluid gender and sexuality can be. But it's up to us to really like look at how we are socializing, not just ourselves, but our children, you know, the future generations. Because this really, there does need a shift. And a shift needs to happen, right? And I am a strong believer that if you are here with me, joining me live, you are about making that shift happen for yourself, for your community, for our world. So tonight's, you know, topic is really just about taking time and like looking at how are you playing into gender roles? How are you really playing into the way that we were socialized on our genitals? And how is that impacting your sexuality? Right? Because if your family raised you where it's like these are your private parts, it's your private area, you don't touch it, it's bad if you touch it, that could still actually be playing a really big part in how you experience your sexuality. And there needs healing to be done around that, right? And I'm always here supporting you all in that healing process and offering 20-minute sessions for anyone who is interested in booking one with me. I'm actually going to show you the link to my calendar so that you can actually go on there, and in a matter of seconds, you can actually just book a session. And that is my calendar link. It's calendly.com/sexualitypower/exp. And do take a picture. That's kind of why I'm showing it, so that you're able to take a picture, a screenshot, and then go to the link. So I'll hold it there one more minute. So yes, there is a lot around our sexuality and gender norms that we have to just uncover and explore, because it does play a role on how we experience the world and how our sexuality is really embodied. So this is a topic, right? This is like the beginning of a topic, and I hope that you all enjoyed it. I hope that you do connect with me offline for a 20-minute session. I am looking forward to seeing more of you sign on. I have had several of you already sign up, so thank you to those who signed up. I'm having a lot of fun with you all on the phones, and I also do Skype, so if you don't want a phone call and you want to see me and interact face-to-face, kind of meet in person, right, virtually, I am always up for that as well. So thank you. Wishing you all a very passionate evening, and until tomorrow, have a great night. Thank you, Hallie. Love you.